Hey everyone, have you ever stopped and noticed how weird our world is right now? We are surrounded by endless, on-demand pleasure. Anything we want is just a click away. And yet so many of us feel like we're just starving for something real. In this explainer, we're going to dive into why that is and how the path to real, genuine power isn't about chasing more pleasure, but about mastering the silence we've all been taught to run away from.
Just think about it. The first thing we do when we wake up is check our phones. We scroll through endless feeds looking for that one little 3-second smile. We eat when we're not even hungry. We might call this joy, but does it really feel like it? There's this creeping sense of emptiness, even when we're surrounded by all this noise and stimulation.
And that really leads us to the big central question here. If we have more entertainment, more food, more distraction than any other generation in human history, why do so many of us have this deep, deep hunger for real connection, for a sense of purpose? It's like the more pleasure we consume, the less fulfilled we actually feel.
And this is pretty much how the problem breaks down. We find ourselves reaching for the endless scroll when what our soul is actually craving is real human connection. We grab the sugary snack when what we're really hungry for is a sense of meaning. We binge on distractions for that quick rush, when what we truly want is to feel a sense of our own, earned, personal power.
So, this brings us to a really powerful way to diagnose the problem. What if these so-called pleasures aren't actually pleasures at all? What if they're a really sophisticated form of avoidance, a way we numb ourselves to what's really going on inside?
The incredible psychologist Carl Jung had a powerful word for this: anesthesia. He argued that a lot of what we call pleasure is really just a clever disguise we use to hide from our own souls, basically to avoid the uncomfortable or challenging parts of who we are. And this metaphor just captures it perfectly. The shadow is what Jung called the parts of ourselves that we push down or ignore. So every single time you reach for that instant fix, that little hit of dopamine, you're basically picking up a shovel and burying a piece of your shadow self. You're silencing a part of you that really, really needs to be heard.
And this just creates this vicious cycle, right? We feel some uncomfortable emotion bubbling up from our shadow self, so we immediately reach for an instant fix to bury it. But all that burying does is create an even deeper, more powerful hunger for the real thing. Real connection, real meaning. And over time, this actually conditions us to be afraid of stillness and silence. Because in those quiet moments, well, that's when all the things we've buried start coming back up. Okay, but what if there was another way? A way to actually break that cycle? Well, this is where the alchemy starts. And it all begins with a huge shift in perspective, from fighting our cravings to actually learning from them.
Our default reaction when we feel an uncomfortable craving is to treat it like an enemy. We think, this is bad. How do I get rid of it? I need to fight it. I need to suppress it. Just make it go away. It's a relationship based completely on opposition. But the alchemists, they ask a completely different question. Instead of trying to kill the craving, they get curious. They ask, what is this trying to tell me? What can I learn from this feeling? And that single shift, it changes everything.
Because this reframes the whole issue. Your cravings aren't the problem. They are messengers. They are the language your soul is using to tell you what it actually needs. That urge for a cigarette or a drink, it might not just be a physical impulse. It might be your mind screaming for comfort, or for love, or for a sense of meaning.
And when you start listening to these messengers instead of just trying to silence them, something truly incredible starts to happen. You step out of that reactive loop and you step into a position of real power. You start to create your own meaning instead of just consuming empty feelings. This right here is the core transformation. You shift from being a passive consumer of feelings, just constantly looking for the next hit to feel okay, to becoming an active creator of meaning. By learning to just observe a craving instead of becoming it, you create a little bit of space. And in that space, you get the power to choose how you respond.
And this brings us to a whole new understanding of discipline. It's not about punishment. It's not about rigid self-denial. True discipline is simply the natural result of self-trust. It's the trust you build with yourself when you know, deep down, that you can sit with discomfort, in the quiet, without needing to slap a quick bandage on it to make it go away.
So what's the end game here? Where does all this lead? This internal work isn't just about feeling a little bit better. It's about becoming powerful. It is a radical act of personal freedom in a world that is constantly trying to control you through your own appetites.
Think about it.
In a society that's driven by marketing and manipulation, all designed to keep you wanting more, 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 choosing to understand your cravings instead of just blindly serving them, that is the purest form of rebellion there is. You're taking back the keys to your own mind.
And this is the ultimate payoff. When you stop needing instant pleasure just to feel okay, you become uncontrollable. You gain this quiet, almost dangerous power that no advertisement or algorithm can even touch. You are no longer a target to be manipulated because your source of meaning, it comes from inside you.
So I'll leave you with this final question. As you go about your day to day, what's just one fake pleasure? One mindless scroll, one snack you don't need, one little distraction that you're ready to face? Just for a moment, stop, observe it, and ask yourself, what is this really trying to tell me? The answer you find might just be the beginning of your own alchemy.